Hi, ladies. Wednesday night, we had our Healing Mama Hearts support group where we take a topic and we discuss it and give each other stories about what we've experienced. And then we talk about ideas on how to remedy those symptoms that we may be experiencing. And Wednesday's topic this week was excessive fatigue. And excessive fatigue can be a little bit more serious than just regular fatigue. When we first have the baby, fatigue is a normal thing. We're up in the middle of the night, feeding the baby. We're tired from giving birth. It's just a natural thing that happens and, can make us feel a little bit slow or forget things easily, a little bit of a brain fog, that kind of thing. But with help, with support from other people and getting some rest, it usually goes away pretty quickly. But we are focusing this time on excessive fatigue. This is more in phase 2 of the levels of postpartum depression. And we're going to talk about kind of some of the symptoms to look for with that. And I took some notes. So I'm going to go over those with you. So excessive fatigue is trouble sleeping, having trouble sleeping when you could be sleeping, having thoughts racing through your mind, anxiety that causes sleep to not happen when it should. And that just drains you even further and makes it so much harder. It's when you're so tired that your brain just doesn't seem to even function anymore. You just have a brain fog. You feel like you're in a fog all the time. And memory just out the window. Can't remember anything. Can't setting appointments and things like that. It just gets so difficult. Let's see. And for me personally, it's heaviness. If my body feels so heavy, I can almost sometimes mistaken it for thoughts and feelings of like, oh, I just feel so huge, just almost fat, just like, I'm so fat, just those thoughts come in my brain. And I sometimes have to stop and analyze why I'm having those thoughts. And I'm like, oh, I just feel heavy all over, just my arms feel heavy, my legs feel heavy, everything. And it's excessive fatigue. It's just I'm so tired. But my brain doesn't say, oh, I'm so tired, I just want to go to bed. Instead, it like those funny things. It makes me feel heavy. It's so weird. And so then we have those anxious thoughts too, of the baby. If we worry about things that are more than just the normal things to worry about, worrying about the baby breathing and, waking up every little once in a while because those thoughts are coming into our brain, not letting us sleep. That can cause excessive fatigue. Irritability and anger also are a part of that. If you snap at family members or snap at other kids that you have, that can be a symptom of fatigue. And you're, short fuse and just no patience when you normally do have patience. Those are all signs and symptoms. Being tearful, just feeling like you could just start crying. That overwhelming feeling of just everything is too much and you could just easily cry and just, and sometimes that helps. If we just let ourselves cry and just have a good cry, that can relieve some of that stress. But if it's easy to cry about just simple things, that could be part of, those symptoms of excessive fatigue. And then also having those thoughts that come into your mind of harming your baby, harming yourself, harming your other kids, those come. And if those thoughts come into your mind, I encourage you to talk to someone. Doctors, if you talk to them, they're going to say, yeah, that's depression. Would you like medicine? Things like that. And sometimes that's what's needed. Other times you just need to talk to people, talk therapy, tell them what you're thinking, talk to someone who knows what postpartum depression is and know that those thoughts happen. And it's a, I don't want to say normal, but it's something that occurs and it's going to happen. And if it does, it's okay. And you can talk to people about it. And when you get that validation and you get some rest and some good sleep, it's going to heal. Your body needs to heal. And so we want to get to that point where we can rest and sleep and heal. Heal is a big word on that. Let's see what else. So scientific measurements that they have taken saying if you have high levels of fatigue those first 2 weeks of giving birth, you're more likely to develop postpartum depression. It increases your chances significantly if you aren't able to rest, sleep, heal, and get the help you need with other kids or with the house, that kind of thing. That's that village concept that I believe so strongly in, that we've lost that village, support for raising families. So it's really hard for that. But if you can rest and get healed up within, those first 2-3 weeks, it's a huge help. So, some of the some of the remedies that we talked about and that are really good. Of course, we always hear rest when the baby rests and all that stuff. That's difficult. That's hard sometimes. Sometimes if you figure out what is stopping your ability to do that, if you've got other kids at home and you need someone to come over and watch them while you rest, kind of figure out what you need. It's so important to be able to communicate what our needs are. If you need someone to come and stay at the house with you and so you can rest, some people don't want to be left alone, and that's okay. Think about that. Think about if that's what you need. So have someone come and stay, and that could be a huge help instead of having them take the kids somewhere else and leave you alone. If you're feeling depression, being alone can be hard. Drinking water. We need to get all our water in. Water's so important. It's just as important as sleep. Like sleep and water, same level. Get that water, get hydrated. That's a huge one. Do whatever you can to get all that water in that your body needs. Accepting support, that's a hard one. It almost takes energy to accept support. It takes energy to help someone help you, like they want to come help you and you're like, okay, well, we need to do this and this and this to be able for you to come help. And that's hard. But just remember, they don't care if your house is dirty. They don't care if the kids aren't taken care of. They're coming to do those things. They're coming to help. And that's something that's, for some people, is really hard to let people come in and do it, but they want to. They love you and they want to come help you so much. And then choosing your visitors wisely. Choosing who is going to come visit. Do they drain you or do they give you energy? You don't want to be letting people come in that are going to take away that energy that you need and are lacking. Cleaning up the house a little bit, picking up an area where you can relax. It's easier to relax and rest in a cleaner area. So pick an area of the house where it is going to be your relaxing spot, and just clean up around that. Your bed, just make a small space where it's clean and vacuumed and smells good, kind of thing. It's a huge stress reliever for that. Leaving the house or talking to adults, that's one that can, especially extroverts. I'm an extrovert. If you're introvert, maybe this doesn't seem like something that would be helpful to you, but I know introverts like to talk. talk deep thoughts. And so extrovert, introvert, talking to an adult, having adults come over and just talk is a huge increase in energy and help. So make sure you talk to friends and just get connected outside of your little house with little baby or other kids. That can just be a big drain to energy, and so adult talk helps. And I'm so excited when people join us for our chats on Healing Mama Hearts, and we are striving so hard we want to be able to create places for women to go, actual physical buildings for women to go and get the help they need. Right now, it just feels like there's nowhere for women to go who are suffering from postpartum depression, and that is our goal. That is what we want to do. And so we need all of your support. We need you to invite friends to our group and our page, and we can start making our community so that we can apply and to grants or whatever we can to be able to build these buildings and have a place for moms to come and heal, because that's what we need the most. Thank you so much, and I hope to see some of you on this coming Wednesday.